Okay, so have you ever really truly thought about where things go when we throw them away? For like decades, our whole economy has been built on this super simple straight line. We make something, we use it, and then we toss it. But here's the thing. That line is running out of road fast. So today, we're going to dive into a totally new way of thinking that can honestly change everything. It's called the circular economy.
Waste is the resource of the future. Just let that sink in for a second. It's a pretty weird thought, right? But what if it's true? What if every single thing we call trash is actually just a valuable resource that's in the wrong place? You know, that one little idea is the key to unlocking a way smarter, more sustainable world.
And really, this slide shows the two paths in front of us. Over on the left, you've got the linear model we all know. Take, make, dispose. It's basically a one-way street to a dead end. But on the right, you have the circular model. It's designed to have no end at all. It's all about keeping materials in this constant loop of use and reuse.
Yeah, let's just say it bluntly. The linear model is dead. It's obsolete. I mean, it might have worked in a world where we thought resources were endless, but that is definitely not our reality anymore. And now, the true cost of this whole take-make-waste system is finally coming due.
The process itself is almost ridiculously simple. Step 1, you fabricate a product. Step 2, you sell it, and someone uses it for a little while. And then, step 3, it gets thrown away. The story just ends there. Every single product has this definitive and often super short end of life. It is a dead end by design.
So what's the alternative? Well, that's where the circular model comes in. And look, this isn't just about getting better at recycling. It's a fundamental, ground-up rethinking of how we design, create, and use literally everything around us.
The main goal is actually pretty simple, but incredibly powerful. Just keep products and materials in use for as long as you possibly can and at their highest possible value. It's all about squeezing every last drop of usefulness out of the resources we've already taken from the planet.
But, okay, how does this actually work in the real world? This isn't just a cool theory. The circular economy is made up of some really clever business models that innovative companies are already using right now. So let's break down 5 of the most important ones.
All right, model number 1 completely flips the script on the whole idea of ownership. It's called product as a service, and the idea is awesome. Instead of buying a product, you just pay for the service it provides. You're buying the result, not the actual object itself.
A classic example here is Philips. They don't sell thousands and thousands of light bulbs to an airport. Instead, they sell a lighting service. The airport pays for guaranteed light, and Philips owns and takes care of all the equipment. This gives Philips a huge incentive to make their bulbs last as long as possible and be super efficient and easy to repair. It just makes sense.
Okay, model number 2 is a direct assault on our throwaway culture. It's called product life extension, and it's all about making money by keeping things working, not by just selling new ones. Think repair, upgrades, and giving products a second, third, or even fourth life.
You see this with companies like Backmarket, right? They've created this awesome, trusted marketplace for refurbished electronics. Or look at Patagonia, a brand that is famous for literally telling its customers to repair their gear instead of buying new stuff. And they even offer guides and services to help you do it.
Hey, remember that quote from the beginning? Waste is a resource? Well, this next model, resource recovery, is where that idea truly comes to life. It's about collecting products at the end of their life and then harvesting their materials to create good-as-new raw materials for the next cycle.
A really powerful example of this is the company ELF. They take this massive environmental problem, those abandoned fishing nets polluting the oceans, and they turn that waste into the raw material for high-quality clothing and accessories. It's literally one industry's trash becoming another's treasure. So cool.
Get this. Did you know the average car is just parked, doing nothing, 95% of the time? Our 4th model, sharing platforms, tackles this kind of crazy inefficiency head-on. By allowing lots of people to share a single product, these platforms totally maximize its use and value.
This is the exact principle behind those citywide bike rental systems you see everywhere, or car sharing services, or even those local apps that let you borrow a ladder or a lawnmower from a neighbor. It just means we need fewer products overall to get the same amount of stuff done.
And our final model, circular supply. This one tackles waste before it's even created. It's all about making smart choices at the very, very beginning, at the design stage. This means picking materials that are naturally circular, things that are renewable, fully recyclable, or can safely biodegrade. A super straightforward example is just a company committing to using only 100% recycled materials for all its packaging. By making that one smart choice at the beginning, they make the entire circular process of recovery and reuse so much easier down the line.
Now, hearing about all these big business models is fascinating, but I get it. It can feel a little distant. So let's bring this whole idea down to a more personal level. How does circularity actually show up in your day-to-day world?
It's really easy to assume this is just for huge corporations with massive, complicated supply chains. But is this way of thinking really just for them?
No way. Absolutely not. This mindset applies literally anywhere. Just think about a school or a local community center. A textbook exchange program? That's a circular model. What about a market for secondhand sports gear or uniforms? Yep, that's circular too. A tool-sharing library for neighbors? You bet. Even just redesigning how a kitchen works to reduce food waste is a perfect example.
So now that we've seen how these principles work, let's try putting on our circular glasses and look at the world a little differently. I've got a quick thought experiment for you.
Think about a super common object, like a pen, a backpack, a coffee cup. Now, how could you apply one of the models we just talked about? Could it be offered as a service? Maybe it could be designed to be easily repaired or made to be shared. Just thinking through these questions starts to completely change how you see the products all around you.
Because when we start to think this way, the benefits are huge. For businesses, it means lower costs on raw materials and totally new ways to make money from services. It builds resilience against shocks to the supply chain. And, of course, it creates a much better brand image. And for all of us, it means less waste, less pollution, and a healthier planet. It's a win-win-win. And this brings us to a really powerful conclusion. The future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we build. The choice between that linear dead end and a circular future really just comes down to a series of designs, and we are all the designers.